We all want to lead more sustainable lives, but what about work? Are we doing enough to connect with clients that are making a difference? Do we even have any power as creatives to steer brands in the right direction if they're not quite there yet? Of course, no one is perfect, but it's great that so many companies are taking strides towards becoming more sustainable and doing some good in the world. And my guest this week is a brand consultant and creative director who hopes that more will catch on. Teresa Ferreira launched her own design studio in 2023 after working as head of design at the Financial Times for nearly 7 years. She enjoyed her time there and gained a holistic method of branding, which she applies to all her projects. But she was ready for change. Passionate about the environment and hoping to make a difference, she's based her new venture elevating brands in the sustainability and positive impact space. She's got 15 years experience so far, has worked across various industries including media, health, travel and luxury, and she's now supporting purpose-led businesses that are doing great things. And she believes there is so much more she can do. As she puts it, we are facing many environmental and social challenges, and being a creative, I understand my power to influence businesses in the most conscious practices. We wanted to get into that and much more, and we were curious to discover if establishing her own studio had met her expectations after almost 12 months of going solo. This podcast is brought to you by MPB, the largest global platform to buy, sell and trade used photo and video kit. You can shop for all the used camera kit you need, sell your unwanted gear to MPB and get an instant quote, free shipping and fast payment. It really is the go-to place for everything you might need. MPB offers a wide range of used cameras from top brands such as Canon, Nikon, Leica and Hasselblad. From DSLRs, mirrorless and compact to medium format and much more, all at affordable prices. What we especially love about MPB is that it was founded in 2011 by Matt Barker to make gear more accessible and affordable and help the whole industry become more sustainable. That's a mission Creative Boom really loves, particularly when you think MPB recirculates 500,000 items a year, extending the life and creative potential of photo and video equipment for creators around the world. Want to know more? Visit mpb.com and start selling and trading camera and video kit today. Teresa, it's so lovely to join you on this sunny day. You have started your own studio just last year, and it's got something of a amazing mission. Are you finding it easy to follow, or has it been a challenge?
Firstly, thank you so much for having me, Katie. I've been a fan of the podcast for a long time, so I'm very excited to be here. It's a great question. It has its challenges, obviously, because I'm operating in a very niche space where the majority of founders and startups might not have the allocated budget that you'd find in the normal corporate world or in like the sort of mainstream commercial market. Saying that, I have been growing, and it's just like a very exciting time where I'm like considering my first hire, and so it's I'm making it work somehow.
It's great. It's exciting, that first member of staff. When you realize, oh gosh, all the dots are connecting up and I'm actually going to make this happen. It's great. It's wonderful when that happens. I've been there twice.
No, I can't really believe my luck, but yeah, it's getting crowded in this space, but I think that going at it with sort of like my sort of corporate premium branding experience really helps.
Yeah, I would imagine, because quite the difference from sort of, former head of design at the Financial Times, where you've probably got an amazing big team and lots of budget and exciting things happening, and then suddenly, oh, it's just you. How have you found that? Has it been exciting? Has it been kind of like a bit anxious inducing?
So I've eased myself into this because I started this as a side hustle whilst I was still at DFT. I was at DFT for 7 years nearly. It was lovely. Yeah, we had like a big team. I was one of the head of designs there. And yeah, it was really exciting. But one thing that frustrated me from the corporate world is how slowly things go. So I always had like this sort of entrepreneurial spirit that, why can't we make it happen now? And why do we have 20,000 stakeholders to sign this off? And so after the pandemic, I landed a sustainable fashion branding project through one of my communities. And I was like, okay, let's start this. Yeah, I can do this. And then I realized I was like, I can do this as a side hustle and see where it takes me. So I started it as like a MVP, like a minimum viable proposition, and then kind of worked myself into a burnout. And then,
oh dear.
Yeah. And that was when I had to choose and really go for it. So that's when I left the FT.
I think that happens to a lot of us. We kind of realize what we're passionate about. We're kind of thinking, well, gosh, I don't want to be doing this forever. It's great that you were able to find the energy, even though it did end up draining you, to try something else and find a sort of alternative route. It's not easy. It's
not, yeah. And at the time I was sort of feeling very, what it's like. I mean, when you're burning out, you're not seeing straight, and you're just kind of like, any decision that comes from that place, sometimes you regret it. So it was nerve-wracking, but I had no other choice. And I had enough clients to get me going. So I was like, let's just, take a punt on this and see where it takes me. And then if it doesn't work out, I can always just go back to a full-time job or freelance or do something else.
I mean, this is the thing, isn't it? We all tell ourselves that. I've been telling myself that for the last 20 odd years. If it doesn't work out, I can always go and get a job.
Exactly.
But you're kind of motivated enough to make sure that doesn't happen.
Hell yeah. Yeah. No, yeah. I hear you. That's exactly it. The spirit is, I've got this plan B in the background. If anything, if this doesn't work out, I can always go back to this. But yeah, at the same time, it's like, no, I don't want to go back. This is more me than ever. So yeah.
I think once you get a taste of something that you really enjoy and you've tapped into something that, like you said, speaks to where you want to be, being entrepreneurial and being able to move and shift and change and pivot, and only having to deal with one person in a company and say, what about this? Should we do this? And oh God, isn't it magical when they're like the same and they're like, oh yeah, let's try that. And that's where it just gets so much fun.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. It's, I think you have to wear many hats as well. And that's part of the challenge and part of the fun as well. So it's like the always being on your toes, like never taking anything for granted. Really understanding that whatever you're doing has, you can't just coast along when you're working for yourself and when you're creating something, isn't it?
Exactly. Yeah, you can't. But I suppose in sort of launching this studio where you're trying to focus on working with brands that are very positive, have very sort of sustainable focuses, you're also thinking about your own sustainability, your work-life balance, your mental health, whether you're sort of enjoying what you're doing for a living or whether it's turning into a treadmill. So that is probably, twice as difficult to get right with those two factors at play.
100%. Yeah. Yeah. And that's what I've been finding, nearly a year in, that's what I've been finding most challenging is how can I carry on giving what I'm giving without burning out and without getting there. But I think that when you're doing something and building something, there's always that sort of first year that you really have to go for it. And then you just have to kind of be strategic and really understand where you have more impact or where you should, what you should outsource and what you should. And I'm now at that stage where I'm trying to sort of realize what is it that I need help with and so that I can really focus on the stuff that I'm good at, which is crafting this sort of the visual storytelling for brands that want to change the world some way or the other. But it's a tricky balance, and I'm finding that I'm finding a lot of solace in the community, in the creative community, in the community that I have of the female founders. And that really keeps me sane, because we've got I've got like accountability partners and sort of check-in partners, and we do partnerships for everything. So I really enjoy this sort of collaborative and non-gatekeeping spirit.
Yeah, I think it's important, because just because we go solo and start working on these things ourselves, it doesn't mean we have to be alone. There are lots of women, men going through exactly the same thing. And if we can tap into a network where everybody understands what difficulties you're facing, what pressures you're, trying to sort of tackle, then it's great. It's just nice having that reassurance that somebody else is going through the same. Not that you wish them to be going through anything difficult, but
absolutely,
they'll say, "Oh, have you tried this?" Or "Have you get in touch with this person? They'll be able to help."
Exactly, yeah. And I'm finding that side of things so rewarding. Where, at this stage in life, I'm getting new friends that are because we're sort of connecting on a very deep level, and we're sort of sharing the vulnerabilities, and there's no time for small talk. There's no time for talking about the weather, for talking about, so what do you do? No, it's also like, oh, are you facing any challenges? Like what are your pain points here? And any successes, any wins you want to share? I don't know. It's just connecting on a level that I'm really enjoying with people.
Is this the kind community that you're a part of?
Not only, but also. So kind community is all the purpose-led founders and startups and other designers, other creative directors that work specifically in this space, and it's a brilliant community. I really appreciate being part of it. But I would say all my community. So I also do quite a lot of stuff with Adobe. And then there's like the female founders communities with Albright and other smaller ones that are as important for me as well. So I'm basically have my fingers in a lot of communities.
That's good. It's good. It keeps you sane, I think. Just having that network. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, what did you find the most challenging with launching your studio last year? Were you still sort of recovering from burnout, or did you give yourself time to sort of adjust, or was it just straight back into something else?
So I think I started recovering sort of 3 months into quitting the job. And that was because I had clients, as I said, on the pipeline, and I had to deliver projects. So I just had to be on it. And, but I think I was really motivated to not let it fail, because it was the first time I was unemployed for a very, very long time. And I was like, okay, I need to make this work. And then 3 months into it, I was like, okay, I'm close to burnout. Maybe I need a holiday.
Yeah.
And then, and that was when I sort of took a break, and those 10 days were like the most restful, chilled 10 days ever that you can possibly imagine. But
where did you go?
I went to Menton in France.
Oh, lovely.
France. Yeah, it's
I've
a
been
very
there.
nice place. Have you?
Yeah, I think
it's very
so.
close to Italy.
Can't remember.
Yeah.
I love France.
Me too.
France is underrated, isn't it, for us Brits? Because it's just there, so we take it for granted, and it's beautiful.
It's gorgeous, and it's so easy to get to. It's like, you fly an hour and a half to Nice, and then it's just, you take the train, and then the train is like around, on the coast where you're by the Med. And it's just
stunning.
Amazing. Yeah, really. I love France as well.
What more do you need? Just, a bit of sunshine, good food, good company.
That was all I wanted. Exactly. I just wanted to not have to slip too far away. I just wanted to get to the restful place, and then just like be in a place where all you do is that, like walks. The worries are, what are you going to eat next? And, what should we do next in terms of walks, or should we go to the
It's
beach, or
great.
should we go up the mountain? Yeah.
It's a really good reset when our lives in the creative industries are so kind of, crazy, really. Like it's one thing and then you tackled that and then it's on to the next thing. And we don't choose this career lightly. I think it takes a certain kind of personality, which we were talking about before, to be able to run a studio and to be driven enough to make it work. Just being able to go around France and say, oh gosh, I don't know what to do with myself. Heaven.
Exactly. Yeah, absolute heaven. And I feel like I really unplug in those holidays as well, which is great. But yeah, it's it does take a certain type of personality to get into this path, isn't it? But I think if you're not doing stuff that brings you joy, then you can pivot, isn't it? It's not like a full time where it's quite hard to kind of give up because you just get stuck into the hamster wheel. And then, I mean, for me, it took a long time to realize that I was better suited to a different sort of life. And you almost have to have like a midlife crisis before that happens, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, what was the kind of, was there a moment when you were, not that it's the FT's fault, but was there a moment where you were kind of like, yeah, something's got to change?
Yeah, no. Yeah. I mean, I loved working there. It's like a great brand. And yeah, I learned a lot there. But I think it was the pandemic, like many other people. It really made you slow down and get off the hamster wheel. And getting that freedom of working from wherever you wanted to, and sort of hone in on the work-life balance and the type of day-to-day life that you want to lead, that really made me stop and think, this is not happening when I'm going into the office every day, or sort of commuting into Central, or and then you kind of like take stock of the positives and the negatives of doing something or being in a certain situation. And so I don't think there was like a pivotal moment, but the pandemic made me stop and think. And I think obviously it was a tragic thing and very negative in so many ways, but I think it did give us this opportunity that we wouldn't have if you were lucky enough to be healthy and be able to stop and think. That was a moment to do it. So I think it was sort of around that time that I started questioning my living choices, my day-to-day life, because I was constantly drained and exhausted. And sort of when you work in a big corporation as well, there's a lot of things that you do that are not, even though you've got a creative job title, it might not be so creative, or there's a lot of admin and there's a lot of sort of operational stuff that is it. The higher you go as well, the less you are involved with the hands-on stuff. And I really always loved creating and ideating, and so that's like, if I can't do that, then I'm unhappy. So I was kind of like, I need to sort out this percentage of the ratio of creative to operational stuff.
Yeah, I think a lot of us are like that. We don't go into this creative career wanting to manage people. We go into it because we want to create. And I think that happens to a lot of us. We tend to avoid promotion because we want to stay in that happy account manager space, working with clients and making them happy and doing great work. I get it. I think the pandemic really, it's inevitable. It impacted us all in some way. I remember that sunny spring only too well. I can't believe it's 4 years ago? 4 years ago.
Oh
and we still talk about it. It's, it was huge really when you think about what it did. And I remember we put our mortgage on hold, we put our savings and our pensions on hold, and we carried on working throughout. We didn't take any loans from the government. We didn't get any support. We just did that and made life really easy for ourselves. And we were so happy. Oh my God. The outgoings were so low that we were just like, oh my God, this is what life could be like. This would be actually really nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just, I think it just gave many of us that chance to sort of go, oh, we've been running for a long time. What are we doing?
Yeah. It's just like, it's that opportunity to go, hang on, is there a different way of doing this? Oh my God, there is. And I'm much happier for it. And so what are the things that I can do that, you know, don't involve a lockdown?
Yes.
that can really impact my life positively, because, you know, life's too short and we spend so much time working. It's like 80% of our, you know, woken hours where we're just at work. So if you're not happy, or if you're not enjoying what you're doing, if you're not fulfilled to the max, then, you know, I mean, for me, there is no point.
Yeah, it's soul destroying. And I think as we get older, we get all these kind of like responsibilities. We have families, we have kids, you know, and then we kind of get a bit stuck. And it's like, oh, how do we kind of pivot out of that? I feel lucky that I was able to sort of focus on this venture full time in 2021, because I was doing just like you, trying to do this and trying to do that. And in the end, I kind of thought, what do I want to do with my life? I want to do this. So I'll just let that go and it'll be fine. And if it doesn't work out, I'll get a job.
Exactly. See, no, that's the thing. And this is how like amazing stuff happens. And you need to make the space for it, isn't it? And if you're like doing something else, or you know, spending your energy elsewhere, there's no space for these beautiful things to happen and for this big stuff that will make you really happy. You know, bad stuff will happen all the time. It doesn't matter if so you might as well just make space for the good stuff.
Yeah. And you know what ends up happening when you do that? They actually start to do really well. Like, this is the thing. Creative Boom took off. As soon as I said, right, this is my full focus, that's all I'm concentrating on. And here we are.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Like, you can't have all these distractions. You've got to really hone in. But sometimes it takes us time to figure out what that focus should be. And we make mistakes, and it can be, you know, a bit of a kind of non-linear journey to get to where we want to be. And even then, you might find in a couple of years' time, not to depress you or anything, that you think, what am I doing? I miss being in an office with other people. I'm going to go back and work for a big publication. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
And then you'll go, hang on a minute. Decisions aren't made very quickly here. Right, I'll go and start a studio again. This time I'll make it work. You know, it's just the game that we play.
Yeah. It's quite, I mean, I couldn't agree more. And I think that kind of takes the pressure off things as well, isn't it? Where if you have this sort of healthy attitude towards like anything that fails, that, you know, it's fine, I'll do something else, I'll start something else, I'll go full time again if I have to, if that's, you know, I fancy doing that. I really miss that office environment. And yeah, no, I'm not a very sort of, I'm a never say never person. So, you know, I like to try things and I like to experiment, and sometimes they're like tremendous failures, and that's fine, because then it's just like a lesson that you bag for life. And sometimes they work out and it's like really rewarding. And sometimes you go like, oh, you know, what the hell am I doing in my life? Am I getting joy from this? And if you're not, I think that's the key thing, isn't it? To pivot or change or do something else.
Absolutely. It's a healthy attitude to have, because I think it's all too easy to catastrophize and, you know, think of everything that could go wrong. And actually, you just have to sort of take a step back and say, well, you know what? If it does, then I'll deal with it at the time. There's no point in wasting energy now on what, you know, might happen, because it might not.
Exactly. Couldn't agree more.
Yeah, it's a strange thing to take the leap when you've been thinking about doing it for so long and then it starts working. It's almost like you have to pinch yourself. Think, gosh.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Are you proud of yourself? I mean, it's now 2024. You've been running your studio, for a year now?
Yeah. It'll be a year in August. I am proud of myself. It's not an easy thing that comes out of my mouth, though. It's not.
Are you too hard on yourself?
Yes, I am. Yeah.
You're a big critic, self-critic.
Yeah. Big self-critic. Suffer a lot of imposter syndrome a lot of the time. I'm getting better at it, and sort of took me a very long time to build the creative confidence, because I had like a squiggly path to back into the creative world and back into the creative sphere. So that's always left me with kind of going, oh, am I, a massive imposter here? Am I going to be found out? But now I'm kind of like, no, because, there's this, we've all got sort of, there's the Katie shaped space in the creative industry. There's the Teresa shaped space. We've all got our own lanes and our own things, and that's what makes us us. And you're not going to be everyone's cup of tea, and not everyone's going to like your work, and that's fine.
Exactly. That's a healthy way to look at it. If you start thinking too much about what others are doing and what they're thinking, it's just a waste of energy. And it'll just send you down a depressing path. It's better to just say, okay, what am I doing next? How can I get better?
Exactly.
But everything you've described there is just human. We all feel that way. And particularly in the graphic design sphere, God, you're all annoying.
I know. There's a lot of us that have OCD. I have a bit of OCD. And and we are very annoying. Yeah, very, very, very annoying. I get on board with that. My husband's always taking the mick. But yeah, it's as we were saying before, it's like, the spring cleaning, the obsessing with things that really don't matter, but to us like really matter, like shapes, colors, sizes, organizing, systemizing.
Are you the sort of person, if somebody's like moved something on a shelf, like ornaments and a lamp,
I'll know.
You have to put it back? Oh God.
I'll know it's been moved. I'm better at it now because, in a relationship, you have to let go of certain manias. I used to be way worse. But yeah, if something's been moved, I know it's been moved, but now I won't have to go and run and put it in the place. I'll leave it, but I'll just know.
Self-discipline. I love it.
Is it?
I'm a lot more laid back these days, but I do find myself, moving things back. If I'm just absent-mindedly, oh, that goes there. Yes.
Yeah.
Just a slight bit to the left. It's a strange thing.
Do you also get like a sense of relief when like you've ordered something or you put things back into place?
Yes.
Like this sort of. Yeah,
I love organizing. Yeah. I love spring cleaning. It's all my friends think I'm hilarious. They all call me Monica, because I'm just always cleaning.
Do you like Marie Kondo? Have you?
Yes.
Oh my God, I'm obsessed.
She's amazing.
She's amazing.
And do you kind of get obsessed with all the amazing Instagram reels of these people who are just insanely great at cleaning hacks?
Yeah.
My
TikTok account, because the algorithm is so intelligent and dangerously so, but it's so good. And now my current feed is these gadgets, these cleaning gadgets that you have in some Asian countries that it's basically people getting home, taking their shoes off, putting them in this self-cleaning. It looks like a spaceship, but it's sort of like, imagine if Muji designs a spaceship to clean the soles of your shoes. So then it's like stuff like that. And then they've got, a lot of the algorithm also shows me the cleaning gadgets that they have, where they have like, a brush for the lamps, and then, whatever gadget for the window sills. It's all these different contraptions for different.
So fascinating. I love it. I'm the same. I'm like, oh, I need to buy one of those. But I'm like you'll be proud of me given what you're focusing on, but I am on a do not buy spree.
Yes.
Just make do with what we've got. But I love the videos, the reels or the TikToks where it's all sped up and they'll just do different things. Like they'll be washing a sink in 1 minute, then they'll be mopping the wall, but then it's all like the sound effects, so it's very ASMR, very kind of relaxing. I'm like, oh my God, I'm in my happy place. I'm watching people clean. There's got to be something mentally wrong with me.
No, Katie, I get it. I'm glad to not be on my own on this and to not be a total freak. But it's just, whatever makes us tick.
Well, the more people I talk to who've started their own studios, the more I realize I have in common. Because I do think that part of the personality trait that makes it work is this kind of need to be organized. You're somebody who enjoys having a job list and ticking things off. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I just know you and I are just peas in a pod.
Hell yeah. Are you into Notion as well?
Notion. I haven't used Notion for a while, but I love it. Yeah, it's a good project management system, isn't it?
Yeah,
really simple.
I'm obsessed with it. So simple and so pretty as well.
Yes.
Like all the fonts, all the interface, all the, how you can organize things. And so it's my whole Notion is like, I've got like a weekly sort of dashboard, and it's all to-do lists. It's like these like endless to-do lists that I just like tick along.
So satisfying.
This is very sad.
No, it's great. It's interesting to hear this because there'll probably be lots of people out there nodding along like, oh yes, I'm slightly obsessive in that realm as well. But it's a common trait, I think. So you're kind of like, you're launching the studio. It's going really well. You're looking for maybe hiring your first member of staff. It's exciting. I mean, gosh, you're, I presume not burnt out and you're in a sort of happy place. So you've found that sustainable career and you've created this wonderful, positive business. Do you think that, you've found where you want to be now, or do you still sort of have, I could do with tweaking that and I could do with trying that out?
There's always things that we can tweak, or we can change, or we can make better, or we want to achieve. But I am really, really happy with how things are going and where I'm at now. And all the work I'm doing, I'm getting that fulfillment and that reassurance that I'm, through my work, sort of creating a bit of positive impact in different industries. And that's like sort of my motto to work with people. I need to sort of know what they're doing inside out. We always start with strategy to kind of really get to the nitty gritty of why they exist beyond the profit. And if we're aligned, then, we carry on working together. And it's just, because I think that us creatives, we sort of have this responsibility where businesses will come to us for guidance on campaigns, on product launches, on ideas for events, or all these different touch points of creativity. They come to creative people to sort of guide them for it and create the concepts. So it is our job to know the most sustainable, climate positive, compostable, circular choices that are out there, so that we help businesses that are doing this at a mass scale take the right choices and slowly progress to the positive impact space. Because I think that that's how effectively change will happen. I don't see it happening through the governing bodies, unfortunately. So it has to be through business, I think.
Yeah, it's so interesting that, designers will end up being, the kind of catalyst, I suppose, of affecting positive change. These clients might not have realized. I mean, it might be at the back of their mind. They've got a million and one things to do, haven't they? Oh, we need to find more sustainable packaging. And then you come in and you say, well, have you considered this company? They're based in Shoreditch. They're a new startup. They've been going for the last 5 years. They're seeing great success in creating these, egg packages out of recycled plastic bags or whatever. And that is just amazing, the power you have at that early stage to make a difference.
Absolutely, yeah. So in a sense, it's like, as you were saying, businesses and people have a lot to think about when they're founding their business. Operationally, what products they're doing, all that stuff. So that those decisions should really lie on the creative departments and the creative people that they work with, and to make it easy for them. The information is out there and the resources are out there for us to know about and kind of consider. So, whatever, I think that if you can really impact by changing these tiny little things that seem minuscule and worthless, and the accumulation of those little things will really cause something big, and you're contributing to this wave. So I think that that's the way to go in business. And if you're not doing it for purpose, if you're doing it just for profit, I think that the markets are already too crowded for things to just exist for the sake of profit. So if you're not purpose-led in 2024, then there's something fundamentally wrong with what you're bringing to the world, I think.
This podcast is proudly brought to you by MPB, the largest global platform to buy, sell and trade used photo and video kit. Every week, we'll be chatting with the very lovely photographer and MPB ambassador Ian to take a closer look at different bits of equipment. What are we going to be discussing this week, Ian?
So this week is how to choose a good travel camera. So there are many reasons why you might not want to take your big camera and entire collection of lenses with you on holiday. Weight being one of them, as well as portability. And maybe even your loved ones might not be too happy about you turning a relaxing vacation into a photography trip. So fortunately, there are plenty of cameras deemed perfect for travel. So the main considerations are weight, portability, while sacrificing the least amount of functionality. So we have fixed lens cameras like the Ricoh GR series, which have a 28mm or 48mm equivalent lens, depending on which one you choose, and have pretty much every functionality built in that you can dream of. Equally, there's a Sony RX100 series, which incorporate a fixed zoom lens, if that's what you prefer. And finally, you can still enjoy a small form factor with interchangeable lens cameras like the Fujifilm X-T10 or X-T30, as well as Canon's M50, which will allow you access to each of their respective lens ranges.
Thanks, Ian. That's great advice. Now we just need to book a holiday. If you'd like to find out more about anything Ian discussed today, then do check out mpb.com. And are you finding that, you only just got started, but you're finding that rather than the sustainability angle being a kind of afterthought, it's now something that clients are bringing up more and more?
I think so as well. Yeah. I mean, obviously I am in this niche, and when people come to me, they already know that.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
That's my jam. But I am finding that that's always now in the back of people's mind. And also coming from the corporate world, I know that was sort of creeping up on everything that we were doing. So I think as well that what we'll see is these big brands, big sort of household brands, creep into this space. And with all the greenwashing and scandals that, are happening at the moment, they really can't afford to not be authentic and to not practice what they preach. So I think what's going to happen is that, and I want to be in that space where, like, sort of a dream project of mine would be kind of helping a big brand become more sustainable and genuinely, authentically impact this space.
Yeah. I mean, and how, when you say like minuscule changes, have you got any examples you can give? I mean, my first thought is like business cards, you know, getting them away from business cards and introducing them to digital business cards.
Absolutely. That's a very good way of doing it. So it's always questioning when people come to you and go, I need a leaflet printed. I need some pens designed for merchandise, or always questioning. Okay, plastic. So why do you think, yeah, exactly. Why do you think you need that? And if you do get to the bottom of it and it is sort of, you know, well justified, there are also a variety of compostable materials now that you can do things from. Of course, they're more pricey, but that's where you educate, and then you say, if you want to be in this space, you can't advocate that you're a sustainable, climate positive brand and then put a load of plastic in your canvas bags. I mean, or even the canvas bags. There's so many canvas bags now in the world, and you know, their benefits are sort of, you know, they're not as eco as you might think they are, because, you know, some of them are not made of organic cotton, and, you know, as we know, there's like a huge problem with cotton's production and industry, so etc. So I'm sorry, I'm getting lost in the minutiae, but
no, I love
saying
it.
That,
it's interesting.
There is a lot of choices that you can do in this sort of like physical offline branding world. Like when you're creating an event, really consider the materials that you're doing the event signage, and think of doing evergreen designs so that they can be reused and repurposed, rather than something that's only specific for that event that will then be disposed of. And, you know, then in 2025 we need to do a new design and print all this different stuff.
Doesn't that make you get less work?
Yeah.
Aren't you sort of shooting yourself in the foot there?
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Well, I think it's just, I would rather get less work and practice what I preach than,
yeah, of course, yeah,
you know, then yeah. I just think that if you streamline your storytelling, and if you help people streamline their storytelling, brands will have more impact as well. You know, so I really believe in this sort of walking the walk and talking the talk, not just talking the talk.
Can be websites as well, isn't it? You were going to say,
yeah.
You were going to talk about digital. I mean, that was something that surprised me a few years ago, realizing that actually that can be impactful.
Absolutely. So really understanding that you can make the choice when you're buying your domains from buying it from a green server. So that's like a server that will be, you know, using less energy or using energy from renewable sources. Mm-hmm. Like, for instance, Squarespace is not the most eco-friendly platform, but it does use sort of like the data servers and all the same ones as Google and Amazon, which run on nearly 100% renewable energy. So it's like finding out these things. And then when you're doing the design of the websites as well, is considering the use of darker colors or darker mode, because that uses less energy on your screens.
Wow.
So it's just
I did not
know
that.
Yeah.
So you're saying Creative Boom's really inefficient because it's all sort of light colors.
No. I wouldn't say that, because also another aspect to the design that you can do is streamline the amount of different fonts, different sort of assets and things that you use. And if you have a streamlined brand like you do with Creative Boom, then you're already...
You came up with my second magazine name then, Creative Broom. Join us for cleaning tips, cleaning hacks. Every week,
I know,
Teresa and Katie.
There you go. Oh my God.
Think of the free stuff we could get. We could get all those gadgets from Japan.
Oh my gosh. Can you imagine?
I know.
That would be heaven.
It would.
Heaven.
We'd have to learn how to TikTok and, dance and clean at the same time.
Yeah. Not good. Not good for me.
How do you find, I mean, it's really fascinating talking about all of these things that you have to take into account, but like when it comes to marketing yourself, how do you find the kind of that side of things? Do you do social media? Do you do TikTok? I know that you're on LinkedIn and you're always posting really interesting content on there.
Oh, thank you. I am on LinkedIn. So my main platforms are LinkedIn and Instagram. I am not as active as I probably should be, but that's one of the things that, as you know, having to wear all these hats, the marketing and the social media is one of the things that kind of slips up or kind of goes off the radar when you're delivering for clients. Because obviously paid work takes priority, but obviously it's such an important part of everything that we do that I always try and keep, some sort of activity, although it's not as much as I should be doing or as I know I could be doing. Yeah, it's tough, isn't it? It's
really tough. Yeah. I mean, just thinking about what to write, sometimes your brain at the end of a working day, it's like, what am I going to write about? What am I going to contribute? And then LinkedIn can be quite overwhelming, can't it? When you see everybody doing so well. Like there's Jeffrey again, who runs his studio down the road. Jeffrey. Hey guys, just wanted to let you know I just did a really amazing brand identity for a massive client and it's gone so well. And then he gets like 1,000 likes and my God, Jeffrey, well done. It's so amazing. Good on you. And
you're like, God, Jeffrey's such a bro.
Such a bro, Jeffrey, the male graphic designer. No, I'm not being harsh on the blokes in the industry,
oh my
but God, they have it worse, I think. I really do. I think they can be quite harsh with each other, can't they?
Yeah.
Quite brutal.
Yeah. It's quite, the agency world is a different thing. It's like
competitive, I think is the word. There's only so many jobs.
There's only so many jobs, but and also I think that it could really use some diversity, I think, of perspectives. That's
100%.
Probably a controversial topic, but I do think that from working, because I had to freelance as well with a couple of agencies in to keep me afloat in times where things are more quiet. And I was like noticing that a lot of the people in charge were that stereotypical
Jeffrey.
Male, the Jeffreys.
Sorry for any Jeffreys out there. Jeffrey's a great name. It just came to me. I don't know why. But yeah. So LinkedIn can be a little bit, overwhelming sometimes. Depends what your mood is. If you're having a bit of imposter syndrome, then it's horrible. So I just stay away from it. But you're not on X.
No, I'm not on X. That is a deliberate. I left X when Elon Musk bought it. So
fair enough.
It wasn't like I was very active there anyway. So it wasn't like a big. It sounds way more tragic or like dramatic than it actually was. I was very inactive there, but I thought it was a good moment to remove myself from
streamline.
Yeah, streamline and just focus on. I like TikTok. I did a few things there very, very long time ago, but then it just wasn't for me because I don't like to be on camera.
No.
So I was like, this is not for me. But I like using it as like research and kind of like have my finger on the pulse of what's happening. And then Instagram and LinkedIn are like the output ones that I hone in. But it's X. I'm not a fan. In terms of the rebrand as well, it's a very interesting move to buy a company for $7 billion. How much did you buy?
Oh, God knows.
Something like
Insane
that. And then
change
the name. So pay all that money and then go, hang on, guys. I've got a better idea.
Yeah, it's very strange. I think there's a long-term plan there, isn't there? Whether anybody will stick around for it. I mean, still very busy on Creative Boom's, X feed. So People still seem to be on there. I think it's one of those, isn't it? People are like, "Are you leaving the party? Oh, you're not leaving the party. Okay, I'll stay. I'll just stay just in case I miss out." And everybody stays.
Yeah.
So you're one of the brave ones.
Well, not that brave, because I wasn't doing much there, isn't it? Let's face it.
Yes, yes. I think the Instagram's probably more suitable for creatives because it's visual and inspiring, and you get to sort of, get ideas from it, I guess. I just like to get people's opinions on stuff for my magazine so I can write nice articles. And
I think if you're in the content space, you need to be there. That's the thing, isn't it? Because I'm only on the visual side of things. I can get away with just being on LinkedIn and Instagram. But I think I can totally see all the journalists. The FT was still there, and it still has its place. But for me, it was like, what's the point? I'm not doing much here, and the branding really annoyed me. So
fair enough. Well, I kind of I really like Twitter. I still call it Twitter. Because I get a really good feel for how people are out there, and when you run a magazine for the creative community, you want to kind of understand how people are feeling. From all the networks that you're in and frequenting, what's the general feeling right now in 2024? How are people doing?
Oh, that's an amazing question. I think there's like a huge sort of focus on this piece that you mentioned earlier, like this, the practicing sustainability as well with your self-care and how you're living your life. And obviously, sort of really looking after and understanding your mental health and treating it as you should treat your physical health as well. So I think there's like a massive focus on that. I think that it's because it's quite like a female and non-binary dominated space. It's very open to different perspectives and different voices. And there's like that worry, I would say, with hearing people that haven't been heard before and perspectives that haven't been listened to before, because ultimately it's more interesting that way as well, I think, isn't it? Than having this cookie cutter model of this is what a creative person looks like, and this is what a creative agency does, and this is what, that's really boring. And I don't think that's the way we're going at the moment. I think everyone is sort of putting their authenticity and individuality into what they do.
That's great.
Yeah, I think it's a really nice, sometimes those people that go, oh, I wish I lived in the Victorian era. And no, I'm really happy living in 2024 in London, in like this sort of, coming from Portugal and now having all these people moving to Lisbon. I'm always like, Lisbon is great and I love my city, but London's my home, and it's because of this mess that we have here that makes it interesting.
It's definitely a nice time to be alive. We've got more medicine, we're safer, the world's in a better place, even though that doesn't seem that way most of the time. It really is. Fewer wars and, if you want to go back 200 years and talk about child mortality, just awful. And I bet London stank 100 years ago.
Yeah.
So,
it still stinks.
Yeah, well, you're allowed to say that. You live there. But
Exactly.
I'm out in the country now, and the only smells we get around here is the manure on the local fields. It's great.
Yeah, no, that's the next level dream now.
Oh, really? You're going to move out of London one day? Is that a kind of like bubbling dream in the background?
It's a bubbling dream in the background because I think practicality wise, I need to have something that's sustaining me to have that sort of lifestyle. But that surely is the goal, to unplug from the big city and have somewhere, in the countryside or by the sea. I do miss the sea.
Yes, go to somewhere like Hastings or Brighton.
Yeah,
That'd be nice. Pretty down there.
Or Margate, just follow the Margate train.
Yes, absolutely. You could, when you've become really successful, buy yourself a little holiday apartment and go and spend, a week or two there, move back and forth.
Yeah, in between. Yeah.
That's the dream, isn't it?
That is the dream, right? Because this is the thing. It's like whenever I spend long times in Portugal now because, running your own things, you can just work. Yeah, and family's getting older and stuff, and I just need, but whenever I'm there, I really miss London.
Yeah.
And I'm now sort of going, because when I started this, I was like, I can just be 6 months there and 6 months in London. And I think that the ratio is going to be very different.
Interesting.
Yeah.
London is unique and there's nowhere like it on the earth.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful city.
Yeah.
I never got the chance to live there myself, and that was always one of my regrets, but it's so wonderful to visit.
Yeah, I mean, you get the vibe, you get the energy when you come here, isn't it? You don't have to live here, and sometimes living here it does have that roughness and it does kick your butt some days, where it's like that big city things where you're just like at the starting scene of a rom-com where it rains on you and then you drop your coffee on you, someone pushes you and you
those are the best stories. A little bit of strife and then the hero wins the day.
Exactly. Yeah, so there are moments like that in London, but no hero comes along and then you're just sort of left with but yeah, I wouldn't change it for the world, I think. Yeah.
And living a very sustainable life as well, I imagine, because you'll be walking around a lot, using the public transport. That's one of the best things about city living. You just don't really need a car, do you?
No, yeah. I don't own a car. I cycle everywhere or take transport. And it's just, it's a pretty, I mean, aside from the traveling to Lisbon, which I have to do fairly frequently.
Of course.
The carbon footprint is okay. Yeah.
Yeah, we all still fly. I mean, I'm not going to be going away this year, but we're staying sort of in the UK this year, which I'm excited about. We've got lots of different places we've not explored. I'm not doing it out of moral reasons. It's just because I've got this injury, but it's kind of like, you've found this sort of happy balance and you're living your best life, dare I say.
Yeah. I mean, 100%. And it's like, home really is where you feel more like yourself. And this is it for me, I think. It's just like where I can unapologetically say what I think and do what I want to do.
What is the biggest lesson that you've learned about yourself in the last 12 months since making this big decision to go solo? Because it's really, I think it's life-changing.
It really is. So not to get too woo-woo, but the biggest life lesson has been to listen to my intuition. So that gut feeling, that you get, like really get a bit more in touch with my feminine side and that intuitive side and unplug from the patriarchy and the alpha way of being. I think that's been the biggest lesson for me, is like really sort of focus on the soft feminine power that we have, where we sort of hold each other up, we collaborate, we're open. There's not this like toxic competitiveness and sort of, you know what I mean?
Yes, I do know what you mean.
Yes. So I think it's been unplugging from because I've always been in that energy of, high achieving, let's go for it. And, then you're competing all the time and looking around and seeing how can I be better than them, or how can I be promoted faster than them. And I've unplugged from that, I think.
I think it's a wonderful thing when an amazing moment when you realize that actually the things that you've been doing all along, you didn't necessarily consciously decide to do it that way. You've just kind of gone with the norm. And I think this is what you mean when you talk about the patriarchy and the way that things just are. Oh, this is how we do things. Okay, I'll do that then. And then there's a lovely moment when you go, actually, my voice matters. And I can do my life any way I please. And I can run my studio any way I want to. It's so empowering. And you might get some pushback. Some people might not like it. Yeah. You know, there's a lot of critical voices that come out amongst that. But you just have to sort of shrug it off and say, do you know what? They're just afraid. They've got a bit of fear because you're doing something different or you're doing something they didn't dare to do. And you just got to let that go and then just crack on and enjoy the process.
I love that. And I hear that. And I preach that. Hell yeah. Yeah. I mean, love that.
It's amazing when you kind of realize that you can be in control of your own destiny.
Absolutely. And you can you don't have to be like everyone else and do what everyone else is doing. To be there's different ways of being successful, because being successful means different things for different people. So you just need to sort of hone in on what it means to you and then do the things that are you to get you there.
It's not an easy process. It's a bit of self-discovery. It might take a few years.
A lot of therapy.
Yes.
Very healthy. A lot of therapy, very healthy. A lot of self-discovery. Yeah, it's been a journey. That's why it's really hard to pinpoint when this started. But I think, stopping and thinking is the first step, really. Like questioning what you're doing and going, am I happy? Is this it? Is my life this?
And not being afraid to make a change.
Yeah, I think that most people struggle with that bit. And I do as well, but I think because I'm an immigrant, I lived in different places. I come from like sort of parents were divorced, so I've always been like having to adapt really quickly to wherever I was, whichever environment I was in. I had to sort of, okay, there's different rules here. We do this way. Da, da, da. It's just like the change is sort of, okay, if it doesn't work, we'll do something else.
That's great. It's great that you've got that in your armor and are now sort of living this amazing new chapter. It's great. I just hope this year is really successful. You'll have a staff of about 8 people this time next year. Is that too much? Too much.
That's scary. That's too many people.
Sustainable growth.
Sustainable. Exactly. Conscious.
Well, Teresa, this has been so nice. Thank you so much for joining us on Creative Boom, and we wish you every bit of luck with your new venture.
Thank you so much, Katie. I am so happy to be here, and thank you for having me. And it's been a pleasure to chat all these things.
Thank you. If you'd like to find out more about today's episode, you can visit creativeboom.com/podcast and check out our show notes. And if you're enjoying the series so far, don't forget to hit subscribe and leave us a review. Thanks again to our sponsor, MPB, the largest global platform to buy, sell and trade used photo and video kit. You can shop for all the used camera kit you need, sell your unwanted gear to MPB and get an instant quote, free shipping and fast payment. It really is the go-to place for everything you need. Go to mpb.com to discover more.